Hello and welcome to another episode of Top 10 brought to you by the Glazov Gang. Today on this episode, first I need to tell everybody to please be advised some of the pictures that we are going to show are very disturbing. So be advised. And I'm going to talk about 10 of the victims who were targeted by acid attacks in Islamic Republic of Iran. Please remember, there is no specific order. All of them are important and they will all be on our prayers. If you're ready, let's get started. On our number 10, we have 26 years old Rana. Here's her story. One day as she was home with her 3-year-old daughter, someone knocked at the door. She opened the door. There was a woman asking for her help with a big barrel she was carrying. So she walked inside to grab her hijab. As soon as she did that, the lady walked in and grabbed a metal piece in the backyard, hit her in the back when Rana went down on her knees. The stranger lady grabbed the barrel and poured it all over her. It was acid. The tragic part, not only Rana lost her eyesight, also her little 3-year-old girl who was behind her also got burned by this attack. This stranger was a woman who was supposed to be marrying Rana's husband as second wife. But because Rana didn't agree to it, she decided to just get rid of her once and for all. On our number 9, we have 22-year-old Azam. She was getting ready to go to her brother's wedding. She was stepping out of the house to go do some shopping. As soon as she stepped out, she felt like some sort of liquid was thrown on her face. By the time she realized what it was, unfortunately, she was burned completely on face, part of her hands. And even though it has been over 10 years, unfortunately to this day, there is no record of who this person was. They haven't really put much investigation into it. She had been through over 35 surgeries. Unfortunately, none of them successful. So please do keep her in your prayers for some answers and hopefully some healing. On our number 8, 27-year-old Sohaila Jokesh. About 2-3 years ago in Iran, a group of men decided to fight women who are not wearing the proper Islamic hijab. She was one of those victims. As she was driving home on the phone with her mother, she was standing behind a red light when she felt a burning on her face and body. She looked aside, a motorcycle passed her by. She got out of the car, tried to get some help, but unfortunately by the time she was helped and transferred to the hospital, she lost complete sight on right eye. And her face was completely burned, her back was burned, both hands were burned. After over 17 surgeries, doctors gave up on her right eye. They're still trying to maybe heal her left eye. On our number 7, we have 25-year-old Seema A. She was at a park with her friends when another woman walked toward her, started talking to her. After a few minutes, she grabbed a bottle inside her purse and threw it at her. And yes, it was acid. The story behind it, the young woman was under impression that her husband is planning to marry Seema as second wife. So she was worried she's losing her marriage. On our number 6, we have 23-year-old Zainab. She requested a divorce from her husband because he was planning on getting a second wife. He was not happy about the divorce. So he decided to come home one day, throw acid on her, lock her in the shower, and walk away. After many hours of screaming of pain, finally one of the neighbors found her in the shower and they took her to the hospital. On our number 5, we have 20-year-old Venez. Venez was Zainab's sister. So when her brother-in-law came home to take revenge on his wife, he decided to also victimize Venez. So yes, he also threw acid on Venez, 20-year-old, and left her there while she was struggling for her life. She has been through over 70 surgeries, and unfortunately they could not save her right eye. On our number 4, 27-year-old Seema Atai. She was married to an abusive man. She decided to file for a divorce, and she was successful to get a divorce. Her ex-father-in-law wasn't happy about the divorce, so he came over to Seema's house one day to talk her to going back to her marriage. When she disagreed, he said, well, okay, let me just give you the last gift as my daughter-in-law and I'm gonna get out of here. He opens the trunk of his car and asks Seema to close her eyes for a surprise. When she does that, he throws the acid on her face. She lost eyesight on both eyes. Her face completely burned. However, they asked her not to file any charges against him, so they would agree to a full custody of her son. So she decided to take her son and not file charges. So she never got justice, she never got her eyes back. But she is a very happy mother living with her son today. On our number 3, 29-year-old Tamina. Tamina was married to an abusive, drug user man. She went to her father, the father figure, support, love. She went to him and asked him to help her get a divorce from this man. He did not like the idea. He did not like the shame. So her brother first beat her, then hold her down as her father pours acid all over her body. Then the father grabs a rope and tries to strangle her. She passes out. The father assumes she is dead. When she comes to, her sisters grabs her, takes her to the hospital. The damage was far too bad. The family very upset. So the brother attacked also the sister with a knife, stabbing her. They both survived. Tamina has been through over 5 surgeries. The reason is she cannot afford the cost of surgeries. On our number 2, 28-year-old Seema. She was also married to an abusive man who also was a drug user. He didn't hesitate to sell anything from home or his wife to make sure he can feed his habit. Seema decided to file for a divorce. I think you can guess what's the rest. As she was taking a nap in the afternoon, her husband decided to pour acid on her. The burn was so badly, she lost both eyesight. Her face completely disfigured, her arms almost gone. She needed over 40 surgeries. However, she wasn't supported. She couldn't afford it. So unfortunately and tragically, on April of 2015, we lost her. Rest in peace. On our number 1, we have Rana. She does hold a very, very special place in my heart. And that's, I guess, why I wanted to make sure she is on number 1. She was 4 years old when she was attacked by acid. Rana was the youngest daughter of Seema. When she was taking the nap, Rana was laying down next to her. And as her husband, who's Rana's father, decided to burn the wife, he also decided to burn the daughter. She is still alive. However, she has lost eyesight on right side of her face, and most of her face is disfigured. And she still does need over 30 surgeries. And she does have a campaign up. Please, if you can, send any amount you can and you wish on the link on the description of this video. So maybe we can bring happiness and hope back to this little girl's life. And if you can't afford any financial support, make sure to keep her in your prayers. That was it for this episode. I really hope everyone who is going to watch this video or already did watch this video decide to share it, because I do truly believe not only these 10 women, but every single person out there who's being victimized and who's being disfigured, burned, based on any reason. One, they don't deserve it. But when it does happen, I think it's part of our duty to make sure that they are being heard and they're being supported, and they are always going to be given hope. Next week, same channel, I will bring you more top 10. Thank you.